The little toy train of the Darjeeling Himalayan Railways chugs up to a height of 8,000 feet at home before descending to Darjeeling. No matter what the season, visitors from all over the world flock here. Darjeeling is synonymous with the finest flavoured teas in the world. MakaiBari, with a tea manufacturing tradition of 140 years, may be termed the crème de la crème of Darjeeling teas. Perched in the Himalayan heights, MakaiBariTea estate, a shining beacon for global sustainability, has been owned and managed for generations by the Banerjee family. Sustainable practices commenced in MakaiBari from 1945 when P.N. Banerjee, a legendary planter, observed that the erosion of topsoil did not occur in the forests due to protective layers of withering leaves. He created banks of various grasses, lopped off and placed between the tea bushes. This vegetal blanket prevented soil wash by taking the impact of the rain. Thus began the practice of mulching. Today, the tea bushes are ensconced between subtropical rainforests, which occupy twice the tea area of 250 hectares. The focus is on the woodlands, home to over 300 bird species, numerous mammals with a flourishing leopard population, over 500 floral species, and myriad forms of insect life. Man is integrated in this organism as a positive component of holistic sustainable agriculture. 1,689 people live in 7 villages which form one community. This is a unique window of joint forest management, the forerunner of global rural lifestyles for the next millennium. Though the villages have their own specific personality, they are all fused harmoniously with the life forces of sustainability, which they have uniquely released in their evolution to be free. Raja Banerjee, who leads this movement from the front, starts off his day with celestial blessings. The joint body, a committee elected yearly from the 7 villages, comprise 9 members, 5 of whom are women. The joint body initiates and incorporates the entire social development programs. A few of the schemes successfully implemented are the afforestation and family and child care programs. Each house raises 25 indigenous saplings, one being a fruit and one a bamboo. The food provides a diet supplement as well as invites the birds, so essential to prevent epidemics of pests. From birth, work, death and beyond, the bamboo is indispensable. Children and tea plants are nurtured in innovative bamboo cribs. The plucking basket and livestock are all housed in bamboo pens. The loon ranks, colorful prayer flags, flutter in long bamboo poles to ensure peace for the departed soul.
The tea is also grown along permacultural lines. What is permaculture? It is permanent agriculture. You have the subtropical rainforest as the first stage. Then the permanent legumes like albizias. The third stage is of course the temporary legumes like indigofera, the yellow flowered crotalaria, Leucaena over here which you see. The fourth are repellents like neem trees, grasses, Guatemala grass, these are Guatemala grass, other vegetation, lemongrass. The fifth stage is the tea itself, because it has to be pruned down to be kept at a manageable plucking height. So the pruning litter, it's placed on site as compost, and when it decays, within 7 or 8 months, it just decays into the soil. There, it's completely, the pruning litter is completely broken down, and it's interwoven into the soil as terrific fertility. The last stage is, of course, the ground flora, which is recharged with 10 or 12 varieties of imported clover and 7 or 8 varieties of local clover, and a diversity of weeds and herbs and vegetation which are all indigenous. The mingling of the leaf fall from these 6 stages of permacultural practices creates a soil which is totally unique and possessing a specific personality of its own. This personality is reflected on the tea when you drink it, whether it is black, green or oolong. It's vibrating with the spirit and energy of MakaiBari.
Nimble-fingered women are the finest pluckers. After plucking, the leaves are brought to strategically located weighman sheds. And transported from there to the factory by tractors.
We have arrived at the first stage of manufacture, which is withering. What is withering? Withering is removal of excess moisture which is inherent in the leaf. The excess moisture is removed by blowing conditioned air in these troughs where the leaves are spread. It's normally a 14-hour process, and the weight loss by removal of excess moisture is optimally to the tune of 70%. Why we remove this moisture will be very apparent to you when we move to the next stage of manufacture. After withering for 14 hours, thereabouts, the leaves are brought down by the shoot into this Doctor Who-like machine. It's actually a very simple machine called the roller. The purpose of rolling is twofold. Firstly, it imparts leaf style, and secondly, and more importantly, catalyzes fermentation. And after 50 minutes of this roll, when fermentation is at its peak, it changes color to a coppery brown, and that is the time it is dropped and brought into sifting for finer and coarse grades. After rolling and fermentation, which takes a period of 1.5 hours, the fermentation is killed by firing or drying. The temperature is maintained at 250 degrees Fahrenheit in this dryer, and the run-through time through the trays is for 24 minutes. Once it drops, the tea is ready. We do the final sorting, which we'll go to next, and packed and sent off to destination all over the world.
The conveyor belts transport the tea into sifting machines. The tea leaves are thus sorted and exit through funnels. The gauge of the funnel defines the grades. Tasting is done in-house and helps to make an initial evaluation of the produce.
Wonderful.
Okay, pick up your tasting thing. Let's see what happens to everything. Let's. Please give us the food web for more of them to multiply.
MakaiBariTea thus starts the journey to different destinations all over the world.
Rudolf Steiner, philosopher, scientist, psychic seer, was also a famed anthroposophist. He created the biodynamic preps as an extension of the homeopathy services, which end in 499.
BD 500 and 501 are basic sprays. 500, which is made from cow dung, enlivens the earth, while 501, which is made from crushed quartz, stimulates the plant as a complement. 502 is made from the yarrow flower stuffed in stag bladder, whereas chamomile in cow intestines forms 503. Stinging nettle wrapped in burlap makes 504, and oak bark in cow skull evolves to 505. The dandelion flower in cow masonry creates 506, and the extract of valerian is 507. The preps 500 through 506 are created by burying and lifting these combinations following cosmic rhythms. 508 from equestum is plucked fresh and boiled in rainwater for a tea to add vitality to the compost, which has been dynamized by 502 to 507. This is the foundation for an area-specific sustainable evolution. The tea is sustained by biodynamic compost made by the villagers who own over 700 cows. Biogas units provided by the management ensures a source of non-polluting energy renewable energy as fuel on tap. The woods are not threatened. The care of the cows, the gas unit and the sales of compost to the farm and milk to the town has created a self-respecting grassroots entrepreneurial community. Raja's enthusiasm has inspired the citizens of tomorrow, and a regular band of little environmentalists of different villages are on anti-pollution drives, starting with collecting toxic plastic bags from all parts of the estate.
Vishakha, hey, okay, you're the general.
Jungle cat.
Very good. Very good. Luhai, hey.
Here.
Bear. Himalayan brown bear. Yes, very good. You kyo? You kyo?
Butterfly.
Why do you like butterflies? Kina puta.
Of course, some additional pocket money and sweets as a result of this zeal is always welcome. Rudolf Steiner, visionary holistic agriculturist, said that when the soil is completely in harmony with nature, the principal crop is reflected in mimicry. Thus, nature has gifted to MakaiBari the tea deva, a unique phenomenon which occurs when all life forms are fused harmoniously with the forces of sustainability.